Hey everybody, and welcome to the Twist Happy Hour, the video podcast where cocktails and conversations collide. We're your hosts, two gals who love to travel and love to sip a really good cocktail. Okay, I do. I'm teaching Kate about it, and we have way too many opinions about everything and anything that's happening in the world right now. So whether you're here for celebrity deep dives, travel fails, viral chaos, or just a reason to pour a drink and have a laugh, you're in the right place. So grab your favorite cocktail. We'll be making ours right now, and let's dive in. Cheers.
I like cocktails. I like when other people make them.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like salad. When someone else makes me a salad, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
If I make a salad at home, I'm kind of like, oh, it's a salad. I have to eat it.
I don't make salad at home because I'm like, oh God, I have to cut up all that stuff.
That's
Trader Joe's.
My family is very used to bag salad at this point.
Trader Joe's has saved me because they have those mini like mixed salads that are all things. And I'm like, if I have access to that, I'll take that every day for lunch. I don't want to make it myself. It's too much trouble. It's a pain in the butt.
I mean, it's like most things. It's why I cook in bulk. I just want to make it once and then eat for 6 months.
And then we're having chicken for the next 6 years. Everyone buckle up.
Everybody get used to chili. Okay, so today our cocktail is a mocktail, because those are very big right now, salty dog. So it's really, really easy to make. All it is grapefruit juice, lime, and some sparkling water. If all you have is actual grapefruits, which I know Kate does, you might want to add a little simple syrup in. That's a personal preference of how tart you want to be. And you just have to basically put it all in a glass, throw some ice in there if your sparkling water is not chilled, and go to town. I like to do a little rim of salt, which is what makes it a salty dog.
Oh, so I was going to ask, what's the salty part?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through I'm going to put ice in my glass. Okay, put ice in my glass. Okay, and then I'm going to add grapefruit. Yeah.
Grapefruit juice, which I know yours is fresh squeezed. Do you have a grapefruit tree?
No. I don't have any trees that grow things that you can put in your mouth. I have banana trees. I have banana trees.
I hate banana trees. They take over.
They don't grow bananas. They did at one time. And then Zac Efron told me that if I cut it down, it will regrow and grow new bananas. He lied. Zac's a liar. I don't know what to tell you. Zac, you're watching.
I don't know. Banana trees are like weeds in California for me. So I'm just kind of like, no, cut them all down. Smother them.
Very upsetting. All right.
If anybody needs the recipe, it's 2 ounces of grapefruit juice, 1 ounce of lime. Just measure with your heart. It's a mocktail, so it really is kind of whatever you want. You can put a pinch of sea salt in there, or you can just have a rim like I do.
Okay.
It's like a margarita. I can just like lick it all off, eat it.
And then top it off with a little sparkle.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. I'm on it. See, taste test. Oop, that's real tart. Yeah,
you might want a little simple syrup.
Can you add this after? I don't know. You
just add it after. If you have a spoon, give it a little stir and
swirl it. It's fine.
Put a little swirl. Yeah.
It's real tart.
It's real tart.
I like fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, though.
It's the best kind. Any kind of fresh juice is always better. I mean, my kids know we have orange trees, and January is just orange juice month at my house. We get rid of all scurvy right away.
Yeah. Scurvy is a big concern for you, I have found.
I just find it so hilarious how much citrus we have in California now that we live here. And I'm like, well, scurvy could never be an issue in Southern California. You can literally go down my street and pick public oranges and tangerines off of trees that are on like the little parkway between the sidewalk and the street. Apparently that's what you call it. I call it like the sidewalk garden, but
why is it that we don't have that here in Florida? I feel like we have citrus. It's a thing. We have that. We have
our city.
You have the temperate zone for it. Why is it we can't walk down the street and start picking fruit?
Our city gives fruit trees if you want to plant one in your like yard or on your parkway, so that everybody has access to fruit trees.
Man,
I can send you a Meyer lemon. I'm growing tiny ones.
I can't grow anything in my yard. Everything's too shady.
Oh, that's true. It's too shady. Okay, so I want to jump right into the topic because I'm very excited about this one. And so why don't you kick it off?
What are we talking about? Did we decide? Oh, Witcher. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, which is literally all of you, because this just came up on a recent trip that Keryn and I were on. Keryn really loves the show The Witcher, which apparently stars Henry Cavill. I have never seen this show, but she really, really wants me to watch this show. And so I said we should do a show where you convince me to watch The Witcher. But I brought receipts. So be prepared, lady, because I have some comments back that I will be making.
I might need to put the vodka in this mocktail.
I went on a little bit of a deep dive and found out some information about The Witcher. It's just, I'm saying. So hit it. Why do I need, what are the key factors that I need? Why is this missing from my life?
Okay, so here's my guilty secret, and I think my husband knows this. So I find Henry Cavill as the Witcher so hot. Like, that dirty, gross character he plays. Yeah, I don't find him hot as Superman at all. I don't like clean up, shave and everything, but I like him all gross and naughty. I mean, what that says about me, I don't know, but keep in mind my husband's bald with a goatee and a little rough around the edges too.
So Henry Cavill as a disgusting, homeless
mutant Witcher is, that's like where my heart is.
Digging holes all day kind of look. That's the...
Yeah, and he fights monsters. I need somebody that can fight monsters for me.
I mean, you know what? You're going to get dirty and sweaty doing that. So...
That's okay.
I personally...
He's big and muscular and can just throw me around, so...
There you go. I like a guy that can throw me around. Maybe not throw me, like, you know, toss me over his shoulder. I personally do not like the blonde Henry Cavill. I like the brunette version.
It's not blonde, it's white.
I don't like the creepy white eyes or whatever he's got going on. That's a little bit... Now, you have mentioned the bathtub scenes. And, you know, bathtubs, you're not wearing a lot on the top or bottom, but I'm sure they're showing bottom. But I'm like, I could just do like from here down and just like get into it on that end. And yes, I'm very shallow. Thank you everyone for noticing. But
and I knew that I like dirty guys, so
that's why I have to take a bath. So here are my questions, because this is a fantasy show. I'm pretty ambidextrous when it comes to what I'll watch, what I'll read. I love, you know, I kind of love it. Like I love Game of Thrones. But I also like historical dramas. You know what I mean? Like, so
if you like Game of Thrones, then you would love The Witcher.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Fantasy shows sometimes get a little convoluted and they get a little like too complex. But then like also there's not like the character development is kind of like loose, you know? So is the like general, like, is it well acted? Like where does it fall on cause like I've seen people online talking about this and they're like, it's a little complex. The timeline, I guess, jumps a lot.
So the first season, the timeline jumps around because there's basically 3 stories that you need to know about happening. And then by the end, they all come together and you see where everybody's path brought them to where they are.
Is this show going to cause me stress? Like zombie apocalypse? Like, so
no.
I love a viral show or whatever we call it, like the trending. Loved Lost. I know we all feel a specific way about the end, but I watched it and I was like looking for clues and context clues and all these things. And I loved Game of Thrones. Again, endings. They're tough for everybody, I guess. I really loved, like, there's shows that are like junk food shows where you can just like watch one episode and then like watch 3 episodes later and you didn't. Like, is it, you have to watch every episode?
I mean, you have to watch all the episodes to know what's going on. Do you have to watch them, like binge it all in one day?
Do I have to take notes? Am I going to be, if I don't like really, how committed do I need to be to the show?
So I work a lot with the TV on in front of me at night, like when I'm just editing photos or whatever, or like researching stuff. So that's how I judge a show. Can I do other work while I'm watching TV? This one, I would probably not the first go around. No, I have the second go around and the third. But
how many seasons is it?
It's only 3 seasons right now, and like the hardest thing for me, if I'm going to continue watching, is Henry Cavill's left the show.
Well, then why are we even here? Why is this even canceled?
No. The Liam Hemsworth is taking over the role.
Oh, I like him though,
but I don't.
I saw him in that sad Kate Winslet movie, and I just changed my mind about him.
No, he's not Henry Cavill as my dirty Witcher.
What is your problem with Liam? Is it because Gale was kind of a little much in the Hunger Games? He was a little much. You're like, Gale, whatever. Not the one, Gale. Okay, back off.
That's all right. Gale in the books anyway, in the Hunger Games, I was kind of like, all right, dude, move on. Like, just move on. She has some PTSD. She needs, Petra, whatever his name is.
Ida? Oh my God.
Ida, thank you. I'm sorry. I was just thinking I have to rewatch them again. So, like you, I am very ambidextrous. But if I had to pick my top genre, I am a romantasy girl through and through.
Okay.
Like, so I think that's how The Witcher also speaks to me and Game of Thrones because, I mean, granted, they are much more drama than they are romance, but there is a little bit of the romance in there. But then there's like the amazing costuming and the locations that they go to, and there's monsters and fairies and elves and all that stuff. I like anything that takes me out of my reality and lets me forget all the trauma and drama happening in the real world outside of
The day to day.
my living room. And so it's escapism TV. I'm all about escapism TV, and The Witcher satisfies that. It's based on a comic book. And the way I know that a comic book or a video game that has been turned into a movie or a TV show is good, really good, is if my husband approves of it. Because my husband is the biggest critic of these kind of things because like he grew up on these like comic books and everything, like what they do with DC comics, he's just horrified. But Marvel, we're kind of okay with him. He knows he just can't mess with my Marvel people because I just love Marvel so much. But The Witcher, he was just like, yeah, this is really good. Like that's one of our shows. We don't watch a lot of shows together, but that's one of our shows.
Do you feel like all of the characters that they make seem important have the character development that they stay important? I feel like that is in these, like some of these bigger shows, like even Lost and stuff, like they'll introduce these characters that you're like, oh my gosh, this person is going to be like really, really instrumental in whatever happens with the plot. And then you like see them for 2 episodes and then they're like, never. And there's no explanation. They're just gone.
No.
And you're like, what happened to this,
No, I feel like...
For Lost fans, Daniel Faraday. Everybody read into that character. People like Faraday box, like the whole Faraday thing. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is like huge. And he had like his mom was somebody and it was like a whole, and then they were just like, and that's the end of that. He's gone. Goodbye.
Okay. So I have to admit, Lost was on. I can't remember when Lost was on, but there was a reason.
It was a really long time ago.
It was a really long time ago. Like, was I in grad school? Was I in college? I don't even know. How, like, was this 20 years ago? So
it was 20 years ago. It was easily 20 years ago. And I'm like,
got to the point that I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to wait till it's done and then I'll binge it.
Great. Did you do that?
And then everybody started talking about the ending and how horrible it was, so I never watched it.
You could watch all of Lost and then not watch the last episode and still feel as lost as the rest of us. I think Lost sticks with me because it was such a like womp womp at the end. Like you were like, what?
I mean, that was Game of Thrones, right? It's like everybody's like, wait, and now we're done?
I know.
Winter has been coming for 8 years and now it's over?
Where's the resolution? You know what I mean? Yeah, so like to that point, I don't want to invest in another show like The Witcher and be like at the end, like, okay, Henry, okay, hold on, let's stop. Is Liam Hemsworth taking over like the role?
A role. So I don't know.
He's not like the cousin of The Witcher or whatever.
No.
Okay.
So like that's what I think that my brain can't wrap around how they're going to do this. So I am curious to see it, but I do feel like character development wise, there's the 3 main characters and then all of their like co-characters that go around them. It all makes sense why that's all happening and why like no one's just randomly disappearing. They might disappear for an episode or 2, but like there's an explanation for it when they come back. It's
they're playing a pivotal role or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it is weird when shows swap out the actor that is the main lead because I feel like it's like the Mr. Hooper of it all, right? From Sesame Street. He was just gone. And we were like, who's this guy? Like, what?
Like, just because we're kids.
As a child. The same person. Yeah. So, yeah,
No, and it's one of those shows I feel like you can watch, like, again. Like, I've already watched it again. And maybe, I can't remember if I watched it 3 times. Usually, whenever a new season of a show I really like is coming out, I'll watch the previous seasons. So then, like, I've seen episode 1 3 times or season 1 3 times and then season 2 2 times and then season 3 1 time and then it'll turn into like 4 and then 5 and because also there's so much time in between them that I forget what was happening, so I have to watch.
Do you feel like it's the kind of show where at the end of it, because I like shows that lead like that are cliffhangery shows, right? The when you like leave an episode and you're like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. So, do you feel like it has that aspect to it, or is it just like a drama continuation?
Oh no, like I get pissed off.
Okay, great. I like that. I like.
I'm just like, wait, what?
Okay.
What happened? what's gonna like.
And you
I
don't
get very
need the
invested.
backstory. Like, you don't have to have read the comic books to watch this show.
No, not at all. And that's where the first season, like even the directors and writers were like, the first season was really hard because you basically had to throw all this backstory into it, which is why there's all the different timelines that people were getting confused about. But it actually all makes sense by the end of the season. You're like, oh, okay. You know, because you're basically getting 3 people's backstories at the same time. Spoiler.
Sure.
So you think that they're all happening at the same time, but they're actually not happening at the same time. You're just getting the backstories kind of intermixed with each other.
Gotcha.
And
So
by
you
the
really
end of
you
that
have to
season-
follow it.
Yeah. By the end of that season, now they're all on the same timeline and in the same time zone, whatever, and living life in the present together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do special effects because they have dragons and monsters and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Are the special effects like,
They're on point.
1972 special effects, or are they like
No,
good?
there's no clay monsters that are like.
Okay, great.
There's
Although,
no
there's something to be said for the clay monsters.
I mean, I'm all about it, but no, this was a very well done effects and, the 3D art. Also because we're somewhat in that industry as a family, my husband's very particular about his
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. If he's okay with the effects, then I would never know that it wasn't a good effect.
You'll like it, and the costuming and the makeup and everything. And I think Henry Cavill left. I can't remember the actual reason, but it was something like it was just a lot. Like he had to be jacked all the time, which I'm like, come on, Henry, you're always jacked. And
yeah, Henry, you do need to be jacked all the time. Sorry, boo.
He's like the biggest nerd on the planet. Like he builds his own computers. He's like he's the one that was pushing for The Witcher to get made because he loves it, and all this other stuff. And then, I think he's just like, and now the next project. Let's move on.
Wow. So he's a little ADHD, and
like most creatives, we got a little ADHD in each other.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to revisit this after I watch like a couple episodes, and we'll see where I stand and if it was well worth my time and effort. How long are these episodes? Like an hour or less?
An hour, yeah. Don't let the kids watch it.
I mean, to be fair, my child watched Fight Club with me last night, so
okay.
There's not a lot he hasn't seen at this point.
I would watch it first. Yeah, there's orgies and stuff involved, so you might just want to think about that.
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't seen Game of Thrones yet, so maybe.
Okay, yes, think Game of Thrones level. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like when my mom wanted to watch Outlander, and I'm like, you're not allowed to watch that. No. My 80-year-old mother. It's like, no, Mom, you're not allowed to watch that show. I'm so sorry. She's like, what? It's about Scotland and my family. And I'm like, nope, you can't. Nope.
You can't even read the book, Mom. Nope. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us at the Twist Happy Hour. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a sip of fun. And follow us on social at Twist Cocktail, Recipes, and Twist Happy Hour for more behind the scenes recipes, random nonsense, and probably some more bloopers as we go along. See you next week. Same time, same place. Cheers.
Cheers.